So the Envy of None album comes out about 9 months ago. Now you have some time where you can take a retrospective look at it. Over the 9 months, how has the response been so far from critics and from fans alike? I mean, I was checking out some metrics on Spotify. The album has over 1 million spins. I mean, it's hard to grasp what 1 million people, what that looks like listening to your album.
It was the numbers when it first came out, the numbers were just insane. I mean, for me, insane. Alex is probably a little bit more accustomed to this sort of thing, but I'm certainly not. And I think at one point we were like in the top 100 of all played artists on Deezer or something like this. Like it was crazy. And you can see the Spotify wears their metrics on their sleeve, right? That's their whole thing. So you see that very quickly. I don't know specifically how it did on Apple or anything like that. But the critical response to it was really, really positive. And honestly, I thought we were going to get a lot more backlash than we did. We got some because there's no big guitar solos and there's no, 7/4 time changes on it. And oh, that's funny. One of the members is calling me right now on the phone.
Yeah. Don't put them on the spot here. Maybe it's a very private, they're going to tell you they love Harry Potter or something that they'll never get back from public consciousness.
I need to admit to you, I just really like Harry Potter.
Yeah, I felt the need to call right now.
Yeah. So, but no, it's funny because there was this incredible response to it, and we got the odd comment that I would see on Instagram, or it's like, this is boring, it's not Rush or whatever, and it was never intended to be that. So overall, incredible reaction to it, and some of the metrics were like really overwhelming. So being able to sit back and watch it now, and the label's been incredibly supportive through the whole thing. Like they're constantly coming up with different ideas for promoting this and doing things, and so it's been really cool. But we've been sort of quietly busy behind the scenes as all of this has been going on.
So it was mostly the Rush fans that you thought there would be a backlash from.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, certain songs on that record, like Dumb, for instance, which is just, Dumb's kind of a Euro synth song. And the funny part about it was we recently, I think it was Guitar World magazine came out with their list of top 10 guitar albums of 2022. And I think we were number 6 or something, which was funny because one of the biggest complaints is nobody could hear the guitars. And I was like, well, clearly somebody can hear them. But a song like Dumb, which to if you're not paying attention to it, sounds like a Euro dance tune, but it's all guitars. It sounds like synths, but it's all guitars. So we did a lot of heavy manipulation, and we didn't really worry about flashy guitar solos or anything like that. And I think, those were the kind of things that I thought, we're going to run into some problems with it. But for the most part, they're incredibly accepting.
Yeah, the guitar, it wasn't about riffs or solos. I mean, there's at least one solo I remember on the album, like one legit solo, but it was more, to me, it was more like using the guitar as an instrument, like keys, where you can have different sounds with the keys, and it's just a tool in the toolbox.
Yeah, and we're all trying to a certain degree, I think for all of us, we're kind of pushing boundaries in certain ways, and playing things that are maybe a little bit more, like a little bit risky, in the sense that it's not a standard guitar part, or it's not a standard whatever. And for the most part, if it was a standard guitar part, either Andy or I played it, because most of the really crazy stuff that's going on and all the backwards things, which are actually played live, they're not necessarily digital manipulations by Alex. All that stuff, he really played it. He was given the freedom to just kind of look at it as an instrument and as a texture, and worry more about how it sits against her voice versus, how are we going to go into this part at 7/4 and just, whatever. Right. So it was just, I think in some ways it was very liberating. Well, it was definitely liberating for me, because nobody really cared about as long as we liked it, nobody really cared what the other person was doing, as long as it was good.